Alright, everybody out there in the Craft Chest Nation, here's a little bit of Blizzard news that I had just been getting inundated with in my emails. So I thought I'd better put this out there. I tried to actually get this posted the night that I found out about it, but we had some major network and lag issues happening not only on a couple of games we were playing, but just the internet in general. So this one right here is going to be a little bit late, and we have yet to get an update from Blizzard on the following news, and that is on the Ariat Summit on Blizzard.com, the actual news column that they have there. There is a delay on the 1.13 patch for Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, and it seems to be an apparent problem that they've encountered with the increased stash size. Now, from my understanding, the increased stash size is to kind of cut down on mules and such, and just because it's an increased stash size. I'm not really actually here to give my opinion on that. The bottom line on it is that all of you people out there that are wondering when the ladder reset is, and I constantly get asked this, when's the ladder going to reset? When's the new patch coming out? And I keep on telling you, I don't know. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. It's not like I work for Blizzard. But now Blizzard has come out with a tidbit of information, but as usual, they never hit a deadline. This patch was actually supposed to be out over a month ago now, and on September the 30th, they came out with the news that there's going to be another delay. Then they said, we'll update you on the following Tuesday. Well, now here it is the following Saturday, week after they actually said they'd give us the update. They have yet to give us the update that they said they would. So, there you go. Blizzard never hits a deadline, but they do make some of the best games on the planet and in the history of gaming. Alright, now, on another bit of news for Blizzard, actually been researching this one a little bit because a lot of people's been having some anticipation about StarCraft 2. Wings is what it's actually going to be called. And I've noticed that in several game stores that do any updates on PC gaming, along with all the console games, mainly PC gaming is what we're talking about here, is that they have a tentative date, a re-tentative date, because I know they actually said it's going to be summer of next year. Well, now they've put June the 1st of 2010 as a tentative date for release, and that's a pretty good date, I believe, because they've actually got the date of the strategy guides that are coming out for the game, both the small and large version, and the date of the game itself, all coming out on the same day. And usually, not 100% of the time, but usually whenever they release dates on strategy guides and the game at the same time, that's a pretty good date. So if they hit on or around that date, it will mark the first time that Blizzard has ever hit a deadline on a release for a game. Even back in the history of when the original StarCraft and Diablo came out, they were late by like 3 or 4 months releasing those games, but they ended up being the pinnacle of gaming back in the day. So that is well worth the wait for StarCraft 2. Wings is the title of the game. Alright, there's a couple of Blizzard entertainment type of things. Now, let me tell you about a couple of games that I ran into that have just released here in the recent past, and a game that I'm actually looking forward to, and I'll go ahead and tell you what that is Left 4 Dead 2. Now, all the people that work at these gaming places and some of the forums online are not really raving about this as much as I thought they would, especially in the gaming industry, the people that actually sell the games. It seems to me like they would hype it up more so than just now putting the posters in the front windows. Now, everybody knows that this game will release in November, and everybody that I know in the Craft Chefs Nation that plays Left 4 Dead has already pre-ordered this game, and as soon as I'm able to, I will do the same, because as soon as I can go ahead and pre-order it on Steam, I'm there, because I want to be able to play with everybody as much as I can on the new game. Now, another game that's coming out for all of you Saw junkies out there, there is now going to be a release of Saw 6 here in the near future, and to go along with that, you will have the game Saw to go along with the movies to add to your collection of Saw puzzle games and movies. That's pretty much all they are, is a bunch of puzzles and doing the right thing and what choices you make. And from the reviews that I've read up on and actually seen on the game, it seems like a pretty, I don't know, cryptic and interesting game, to say the least. And it's actually going to put you in the situation of having like the headpieces and the throat things and all that other stuff. So if you like that type of game, you're going to love this one. What is another one? Aeon, I think, is out, and that is one that everybody is raving about, saying how wonderful and freaking awesome that this game is. So if you're able to, and as soon as I am definitely going to pick up my copy of Aeon, and it is not available on Steam, from what I understand, unless it's changed here in the recent past. I haven't really been to the Steam store in the past week, so it may be there now. But you'll actually have to pick up you a copy of that at your local Walmart or GameStop or whatever. I think Walmart and GameStop both carry this if your GameStop sells PC games, which most of the ones around here do. Modern Warfare is another game that is coming out soon and seems to be just in that genre going to be one of the most epic, I don't know, call to arms, so to speak, for military type of games. And everybody is very much looking forward to this one. They're already selling pre-releases of this game, so be sure and check that one out. And I believe that touches on a couple of different spectrums in gaming as far as PC gaming is concerned. So there's many more out there, and if you want to actually see what releases are going on out there or what's coming up, not only on, looking on Google, but you can go to GameStop and check them out, because that's what we've been doing a lot of business with here with trading games and such. Here in the recent past, JP from the Gods of Games has actually picked up a copy of a couple of copies of games here recently and traded in, and they have an awesome promotional deal right now. If you do trade in games, he actually took in like 3 or 4 games up there and got like a $60 credit on all these games. It like doubled the amount of what they normally give credit for. So he got a copy of what was it? We finally got a copy of Need for Speed Shift. We rented it before and it was awesome. And I think Wanted was another one that we rented at the same time. But anyway, he actually bought him a copy of Need for Speed Shift, which is an awesome game in itself. I know it's been out for a couple of months, but just now getting around to actually getting hands-on on that game. And we will be picking up a copy of Saul just as soon as a used copy comes back into their store. All right, so let's leave it at that. And there are going to be a lot of awesome titles that I'll be reviewing here and giving my opinions on for 2010, but we're going to wait till we get a little bit closer to where we can have some more solid dates on it, because that's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and now we're going to get back on it, but not just doing our Diablo 2 reviews, but throwing in the mix like we did earlier with the Fear 2s and the Burnout Paradise and all the other games that we did reviews on, and actually hands-on playing these games, because we have not been able to do so as much as we've wanted to, especially myself, and we're going to change that here, hopefully, coming up very soon. All right, so stay tuned for that, and remember, everybody, no matter what game you play, no matter what news, forums, or reviews that you listen to, watch, or read, it is a craft of the mind. Go out there and have some fun.